bringing you quarterfinal action of the 2013 PST World Open. Walking on court right now is Ricky Weisskopf in the blue shirt, four-time El Salvador national champion, making his first PST appearance of the year. Ready to receive his shot in the white shirt on the left is Wade Johnstone, the big Australian hitter. A year and a half ago won PST's World Open. The voice you're hearing in the background is Nathan Tico of the United States, who's serving as the referee for this afternoon's match. And the opening point of the opening match of the day goes to Wade. And Ricky levels the score at 1 apiece. In the early round action, I think the boys are finding what shots they have at their disposal today and what shots their opponent, more importantly, has at his disposal. Action's been a little bit choppy. Of course, as I said, the action's been choppy. We really have a nice, fluid, extended rally. Unforced error by Ricky. And Wade takes a little bit of an early lead, 5-3 in game one. Very unique in squash. Some of the best rallies captivate the crowd, and it almost seems that they forget to applaud at times. But really great squash by the fellows on court right now. Had a very good crowd throughout the weekend here at the headquarters of Live Technology. It's a very unique setting, actually. Live Technology is a high-tech company in Tuxedo Park, right here in the Hudson Valley of New York. And the president of the company, Wayne Rivers, big fan of the game of squash and built a court right here in his office. So several of the office staff and the community come on down and play the game. And we're thrilled to have a good relationship now with that company, growing relationship. They've hosted several tournaments for us throughout the year. Actually sitting right next to me off camera is the head pro here, Phil Wilkins, originally from Wales. He's the director of sports and health and nutrition here and does a lot of coaching and playing, building up the game up here in upstate New York. Nice rally. The fans appreciate that by Wade. It's really been nip and tuck throughout the first game here, as we're knotted at 6. I think all 4 quarterfinal matches today are really going to be very entertaining. We've got some great international crowd. Egypt, Italy, France, Greece, El Salvador, Australia represented in the quarterfinals today. Nice job. Well played, fellas. Wade is a big, strong fella. If you see him in person, he looks as much like he could be a rugby or football player here in America. But he moves very well for a man of his size, and it's a big frame. It's tough to get the ball by him. And as you can imagine, he hits the heavy ball as well. Really puts a lot of pace on it. Ricky got him there. Very nice hold by Ricky as he takes a 9-7 lead in game 1. We have 4 matches in store for you today, which just began at 11. This is the first one. Later tonight at 6:30, we'll have the semifinals, again broadcast live on ProSquashTV.com here at Live Technologies headquarters. Nice ball. Ricky puts the ball deep. Has game ball on his racket. Wade's working very hard right now. Ricky's having a lot of success putting the ball deep, and Wade doesn't want to let this game get away. Great rally by both players. Wade put in a lot of work there, but earned that rally. In squash, matches are played to the best of 5 games. First player to win 3 wins the match. Each game is played to 11, but players must win the game by 2 clear points. So we're tied here at 10. First player to get a 2-point advantage will take the first game. Ricky will want that one back. Wade has fought hard. He was down 8-10, saved 2 game balls, tied it up, and now has game ball on his own. A couple of errors by Ricky at the end cost him the game. And Wade takes game 1. We'll be back in just a couple moments after a message from Downtown Business Community of Cleveland, Ohio, one of the tour supporters and sponsors.
So we definitely made a commitment to the city and to ourselves for at least 10, 15 years.
We have views all the way from downtown out to Lake Erie.
Being a young professional downtown, this is like the place to be. The energy downtown is amazing.
Playhouse Square, the restaurants are our favorite part.
It's a city that's really coming back and becoming the city to be in.
Obtaining citizenship should be easy, but it's not. Issues such as time out of the country, past DUI convictions, and other minor criminal convictions can cause serious problems. These problems lengthen the process and can increase the complexity. On the other hand, I have had clients who have obtained citizenship through a parent and didn't know it. My name is Joe Rosen. My immigration law offices have helped many people like you successfully get through the citizenship application process. Our focus is immigration, and as a former FBI agent and a lawyer, I know how government agencies operate. My knowledge and experience will make dealing with the Department of Homeland Security easier for you and could be the difference between getting citizenship or not. Call me at 678-461-6046 to make an appointment for a consultation.
We're back courtside, ladies and gentlemen. Players are on court warming up. Ricky Weisskopf from El Salvador on the left side, Wade Johnstone, the big Australian, on the right. Ricky has forgotten his goggles. In Pro Squash Tour, we require the players to wear protective eyewear during all match play. So we'll give him just a few seconds to get back on court. Wade Johnstone took the opening game of this first quarterfinal match of the day. 12-10. Ricky had actually had match ball on his racket. Was up 10-8. He had game ball on his racket. He was up 10-8, but the big Aussie won the final 4 points of the game to win it 12-10. And as we're at 0-0 in game 2, Wade has a 1-0 advantage. It's been a very cleanly played match so far. That was actually the first decision the referee had to make, and it was a very easy one. Both players are moving well, hitting very nice shots, and giving the other access to the ball. It's a very clean style of squash. Actually, you can count on both Wade and Ricky to play in the right spirit of the game. Two very honorable players on court and off. There's an unforced error that Ricky would, I'm sure, like to have back. But Wade can put a lot of pressure on you for sure. Wade's been working to take the ball as early as he can throughout the match. That time he was able to volley, but ball found the tin. Here again, takes the ball early and hits a good, strong winner. 3-1 to Wade. If you're new to the game of squash, you'll notice that the players are trying to position themselves at the center of the court, what we call the T region. From there, you're just a couple steps away from any ball hit. And you're trying to move your opponent to the corners. Front left, front right, back left, back right. Usually the player who controls the T area, that keeps his opponent behind him, is going to have a better day. Ricky holding his shot at the tee. Believes Wade prevented his shot to the front wall. Appeals to the referee for the point, and Mr. Tico gives it to him. 2-4. Pro Squash Tour's rules have a different standard for points and appeals. In the traditional game, players must make every effort to get to the ball and every effort to clear it. Our standard's a little bit higher. We tell the players they have an obligation to clear their shot and an obligation to go get to a playable ball. So if the player feels his shot to the front wall or his movement to a playable ball has been prevented, he will appeal to the referee for the point. We don't replay many rallies in the Pro Squash Tour. Occasionally we'll replay a rally to protect the safety of the players. One example of that is a turn at the back glass where the player has lost sight of his opponent, and it's a safety issue to hit a ball if you don't know where your opponent is. There's a couple other provisions that pop up during the course of the tournament, but the referee has at his discretion to replay any rally he chooses. There's a nice winning shot by Ricky.
3-7.
A nice hold by Wade, forces Ricky to edge up a little bit.
8-3.
And a good cross-court winner from the big Aussie. I don't know if you can hear it on Ricky on court, but he's talking to himself about some of the unforced errors. He's actually playing well, but Wade has been able to keep the ball alive. And unfortunately, as Ricky is saying to himself, he's made a couple of errors that have given Wade the points. Well, just of course, as I say that, Wade makes his own unforced error. Ricky will now come in, hand out, serving 4-9. Ricky, I'm sure he's going to want that back. A very, very rare occurrence to see a professional squash player serve the ball out. Maybe just a symptom of the frustration Ricky's feeling on court right now. A great pickup by Ricky as Wade tried to put the ball away. His shot clipped the tin. 5-10. It's still game ball. Once again on the tin. Ricky saved off a few game balls, but he's still facing 4 if he wants to win game 2 here. Tight shot by Ricky. Put a little too much pressure on Wade. Couldn't get it off the wall. 7-10. It's still game ball. Wade's got 3 in his hand. But Ricky's fighting off. He doesn't want to drop game 2. Great reach by Ricky. And there it is. 11-7. Wade takes game 2. Here at our second intermission. We'll be back in just a moment after a message from the law offices of Joe Rosen.
Obtaining citizenship should be easy, but it's not. Issues such as time out of the country, past DUI convictions, and other minor criminal convictions can cause serious problems. These problems lengthen the process and can increase the complexity. On the other hand, I have had clients who have obtained citizenship through a parent and didn't know it. My name is Joe Rosen. My immigration law offices have helped many people like you successfully get through the citizenship application process. Our focus is immigration, and as a former FBI agent and a lawyer, I know how government agencies operate. My knowledge and experience will make dealing with the Department of Homeland Security easier for you and could be the difference between getting citizenship or not. Call me at 678-461-6046 to make an appointment for a consultation.
We're broadcasting to you live from the corporate headquarters of Live Technology in Tuxedo Park, New York.
Johnstone needs 2 games to love.
On court right now, Wade Johnstone, who has a 2-0 lead over Ricky Weisskopf to receive the serve. Opening game was 12-10 to Johnstone. Game 2, 11-7. Been a very cleanly played match. Only one decision having to be made by the referee, Nate Tico. and a few unforced errors by Ricky will really frustrate him. Very evenly played, cleanly played match thus far, but Wade has been one shot better, just enough to take a 2-0 lead. Both players really work in the front left corner of the court, and the crowd voices their approval for a great rally. First point of game 3 goes to Ricky. And Wade notches it up at 1 apiece. Ricky really is moving very well. Wade put some pressure on him there, but he was able to pick it up. Drop the ball in the front left for a winner. Big Aussie answers back with a winning shot of his own. Yeah. Ricky was able to wrong foot Wade right there. Jumps onto a 3-2 lead. Nice job by Wade picking that off the wall. Tough shot by Ricky, and Wade was still able to hit a working boast for shot. I do want to say a quick thanks to some of our local sponsors: United Check Cashing, DCI Drug Consulting, Cool Cap, both spelled with a K, Koolkap, Keel Heating and Air Conditioning. Barbara Keel's been a wonderful supporter of the tour and several of our tournaments across the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Laxton Money-Making Machines, and Wholesome Mat. Halls has actually donated some of their mats to the players who have enjoyed getting a good rest, a refreshing rest, a rejuvenating rest after. You can find more information about Halsa at HALSAMAT.com. Of course, our thanks to Live Technology, which has been hosting this tournament and several tournaments during the course of the past couple of years. And of course, Bottini Fuel, the largest provider of fuel and propane products in the Hudson Valley area. The Bottini family has been a strong supporter of the Pro Squash Tour, and they are the title sponsor of this year's 2013 PST Bottini Fuel World Open. It's a very unique tournament for us on our circuit, maybe the most, definitely the most impactful tournament on our American circuit. Several players have entered this tournament knowing that there are some automatic bids based on their performance in this one tournament to reach the PST World Championship in Detroit, being hosted by the Detroit Athletic Club, May 3, 4, 5. The tour's top 8 players will be invited there, and the winner of that tournament will be crowned the 2013 PST World Champion. Yeah, it looked good from our angle. Good call by the referee, but it was close enough that Wade wanted to double check with the referee. Wade tried to sneak up on Ricky and catch that one early, but it was too wide a shot by Ricky. Winning opportunity, 8-5 to Ricky. Wade a little frustrated that that lob going out. Ricky's a couple points away from winning his first game of the match. 9-6. Oh, and a second serve out of court. You hardly ever see it, and we've seen it twice in this game, in this match alone.
Down. 10-7 game ball.
And with an unforced error from Wade, Ricky has his own game ball, 10-7. Although he had game ball earlier in game 1, Wade fought back. But Ricky seems to have settled in a little bit here in game 3. Tight shot from Wade. There it is. Wade's not ready to give up yet, fighting back.
8-10.
8 serving 10. Still game ball. And that's too good. Wade voicing a little frustration, but game 3 goes to Ricky Weisskopf. Extends the match. Wade Johnstone still has a 2-1 lead. We'll be back in just a couple moments after a word from the Downtown Business Council in Cleveland.
So we definitely made a commitment to the city and to ourselves for at least 10, 15 years.
We have views all the way from downtown out to Lake Erie.
Being a young professional downtown, this is like the place to be. The energy downtown is amazing.
Playhouse Square. The restaurants are our favorite part.
It's a city that's really coming back and becoming the city to be in.
Obtaining citizenship should be easy, but it's not. Issues such as time out of the country, past DUI convictions, and other minor criminal convictions can cause serious problems. These problems lengthen the process and can increase the complexity. On the other hand, I have had clients who have obtained citizenship through a parent and didn't know it. My name is Joe Rosen. My immigration law offices have helped many people like you successfully get through the citizenship application process. Our focus is immigration, and as a former FBI agent and a lawyer, I know how government agencies operate. My knowledge and experience will make dealing with the Department of Homeland Security easier for you and could be the difference between getting citizenship or not. Call me at 678-461-6046 to make an appointment for a consultation.
And we're back live, ladies and gentlemen, in the quarterfinal match, opening quarterfinal match of the day, featuring Wade Johnstone of Australia against Ricky Weisskopf. Wade jumped out to an early 2-game-to-love lead, but Ricky fought back and won game 3, 11-8. It's been a very, very cleanly played match in the early going here. Both players moving well and playing in the right spirit of the game, giving their opponent fair access to the ball. Ricky jumps out to a 2-games-to-love lead. Ricky looked a little shaky early on, making several unforced errors, but found his footing in game 3. Closed out the game. And there it is, 3-0 lead.
3-love.
Well, the early going here of game 4, Ricky's been able to impose his will, takes a 4-0 lead. good hold and a strong cross-court from Wade. Gets his first point of the game, 1-5. Both players taking a little bit of a moment to catch their breath, fix their goggles. After winning the first 5 points of the game, Ricky Weisskopf has seen Wade Johnstone take the last 2. Both players are working so hard to take the ball early to put pressure on the opponent. Every squash player in the audience is saying, of course. But if you're new to the game, it's one of the strategies of the players. Instead of letting the ball go to the back court, you want to take the ball as quickly off the front wall as you can, taking time away from your opponent, putting more pressure and keeping him on the run. The best players in the world are also the best at reading their opponent and taking the ball early. And in an interesting game of momentum, Ricky won the first 5 rallies of the game, and Wade has won the last 4 serving 5. And 5-5. We're knotted up at 5 points apiece here. Ricky shakes his head in frustration. It's an unforced error. But Wade has run off the last 6 rallies after dropping the first 5. Has a 6-5 advantage here in game 4. Wade already has a lead in the match, 2 games to 1. 7-5. And after watching the big Aussie Wade Johnstone win 8 consecutive rallies, Ricky stops that tidal wave of momentum and gets his 6 point, 6 serving 8. Ricky needs this game to extend the match to a 5th game, 5th and deciding game. Wade takes that ball early and extends his lead to 9-6. Ricky's not done yet. 7-9. Well, here it is, 10-8 game and match ball to Wade Johnstone. Ball skips out on Wade. Ricky appeals to the referee for the point, and Mr. Tico gives it to him at 9-10. Ricky's fought off 1 match ball. Well, and he's fought off another and leveled it at 10-all. We've got our second tiebreaker of the match. First game went 12-10. Ricky needs this game to extend it to a fifth game. Wade has a 2-games-to-1 advantage. And he puts that one away at the front left on a nice drop shot. Games are played to 11, but you must win by 2 clear points. First player to get a 2-point advantage will take game 4 here. Both players covering all corners of the court. Volley and the game and match to Wade Johnstone. Well played. Ricky, a brilliant match. Well played by both of you. Very cleanly played match. Both players playing very in the right spirit of the game.
Not one. That was good. I think I have a bad habit in those quarterfinals to hit a couple of serves out. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I was talking about it with the fans watching at home on Pro Squash TV. You never see at the pro level serve out, and today you had 2.
That's not very good. My record, huh? No, it's, you know, I feel like sometimes I get too much in the moment. I celebrate the prior point, and then my head goes for a little bit, and shouldn't let that happen because that cost me today, you know.
So many wonderful rallies. Both players moving well, moving around each other well, and at different moments of the game, you had several unforced errors. In fact, Wade won 8 consecutive points in one of the games.
I mean, the first one was, I thought at first I played really well. Had a couple of game balls. And then I think that played a little bit into the second. I think I should have taken like at least one of them. And I think Wade came out strong in that second game. I was lucky enough to pull the third one back. And then here I felt comfortable up until, you know, 5-1, 5-2. And then he started pushing hard and hard and hard. I was able to come back and, you know, tie it at 10. Then again, he found another gear, and it was hard to keep up.
Well, I know not the results you're looking for, but a very enjoyable match today.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4-time El Salvador national champion, Ricky Weisskopf. Wade, as I was saying with Ricky, a very enjoyable match to watch. Both players playing cleanly in the right spirit of the game, and you didn't make the referee work hard at all today.
I never try to make the referee work hard. It gets confusing otherwise. No, it was a great match. I felt a little sluggish at the start, and Ricky nearly made me pay for it. And I was lucky enough to squeak that game in and won the second. I felt good after that, and then he came out a little strong again in the third. And again, I was a little lackadaisical and had to lift the intensity, which seemed to work.
There were some tidal waves of momentum. Ricky in game 3 jumped out to a 5-0 lead, and then you won the next 8 rallies. What were you doing to make adjustments on court?
I don't know. My brain was all over the place, unfortunately, which didn't help. But I was just trying to extend the rallies. I knew, well, I hoped physically I was stronger. But no, I felt good.
Well, congratulations. You've earned a spot in tonight's semifinals.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Australia's Wade Johnstone. We're going to take a very brief intermission. I'm going to check with Fabian and Michelangelo, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with our second quarterfinal match of the day. Ladies and gentlemen watching at home, we'll be back in just a couple moments after a word from some of our tour sponsors.